All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to episode 10. We have reached double digits, episode 10 of the NaiSai podcast. It is me, Dave the MC, alongside Harry, RF Lee, and the boy Shukid. Gentlemen, how you doing?
I am great, man. How are you guys doing?
I'm doing good. I had a nice week.
Yeah.
Yeah, despite the bad news from Rais, I'm okay.
Ulikuwa unangojea kutoka.
Mazee,
Hey,
isi na
I,
job wangu
I,
wako mbali. Mimi nilikuwa nangojea hiyo news hivi nimtumie fare.
mi unajua sikuwa. Oh shit.
Itabidi amekaa
Harry's
huko
still out.
kiasi tu.
Harry's still out here blue balling.
Harry,
Yeah,
your hopes were raised, eh?
my hopes are high.
Ungejua
Sijui,
tu ni disappointment.
itabidi amekuja tu legally tu sasa cause hii ni noma. Itabidi amefind a way.
Mnajua career gani itatoka from all this
Which one?
I think we're gonna what are they called? Coyotes. They're called coyotes. Those guys that coyotes are manini. I've forgotten the name. Those guys hata jovila atakutoa Nairobi hadi Mosani tu kivyake.
Oh. Kenyans are I think something like that already exists. Because I know of some people who are in different and they found their way to Nairobi somehow, some way. So I guess our son existed.
Yeah, guys are being sneaked in, huh?
Yeah, but for like triple or quadruple what you would pay on a normal day.
But because at the end of the day, biashara lazima people they depend on it. Si hata msate anajaribu kuwa mrui or nothing. He really needs kuvuka ndio aishi familia yake.
Yeah, man. So by the time you're listening to this, of course, you know that the curfew is now 9 p.m. to 4 a.m. So there's 2 extra hours for you, Giorni, and 1 less hour for you in the morning. So do with that what you will.
On the contrary, speaking to a few of my people, regardless to what most people feel, I think right now people are a bit more, I'll say, comfortable with the president. I think Aliji articulate and I think Aliji explain way that people are more comfortable with the decision made.
Wait, what reason did he give for extending it?
Okay, I'm not gonna explain it verbatim, but generally I think the entire notion is hata kama ni kufungua haimaanishi ati everything gets back to business immediately. It's like we're still in a containment situation. So ni kama kusema kange angefungwa maboda and all that leo, people would have rushed on an easy coach and the shuttles and because chrome and that's not the idea. I think the idea of even easing some of the things that are going on shouldn't be for people to just rush into activity, but to still move into them cautiously. So I think that's what I understood.
Yeah, because even with their predictions of saying that if everything was opened even by 20%, that our peak for this thing would have been November, which says a lot. I don't know. I think he's done the right thing.
Me too.
So
because think about this. Tumeshaona watu wanaenda sijui 18. Watu washaenda 18 ni kama it's all good.
I think that's the reason why clubs are not being opened up again. I suspect.
Let me ask you guys a genuine question. We all want this curfew to be lifted. We all want to have that freedom that we once perceived we had, Cindy. So our what we under 18. First of all, going to 18 is one thing. Why did they have to record it? Like, well, why why did it have to be on camera? Like nini
What's
na flex na cloud.
It's cloud. It's cloud. Like what's the correct term? Is it dry snitching?
I wouldn't call it snitching.
The correct term is just clouting, chasing.
It's clout, bro. There's no way.
At the end of the day, they want those WhatsApp statuses. They want those IG posts.
Like they want the likes.
What you watching?
Yeah.
I was there. I was at 18. Ile daily happened. Nilikuwa. You know, that's what people usually want. Nilikuwa hapo. I was those people. When they talk about those guys, I am those guys that they talk about. So I was just like, alright, so you guys are doing something, and freedom is great. I actually have nothing against if people feel safe enough. It might not be me, but if y'all trust each other enough and you guys want to hang out, well and good.
Nah, bro. There's no such thing as that. I think
I'm not agreeing with it. I'm just saying, like, come on, mamua. You know, there's people who have decided they think it's a hoax. They don't believe Corona is a real thing. Come on, mamua evil, nisawa. But I'm like, you know, that one decision ruins it for the entire country because now we look careless as a nation.
Yep.
We look irresponsible as a nation.
Yeah, man. So mtajipata to quarantine. That's all I'm going to say about that. Yeah. So 9 p.m. to 4 a.m. That is the new curfew by the time you're listening to this, and also bado
another 30 days.
30 days. 30 days. Nairobi is still under lockdown.
Did he address?
So.
Did the president address the schools?
Yeah, schools will be open from September.
Okay, I didn't hear that part.
So gatherings will be allowed from September.
And some appear things until further notice. I heard that part at least. Nasikia some gatherings zitulie. Political, church, hizo zote zitulie kwanza further notice.
Yeah.
So sijui hizo zitakubaliwa. If people are going to be in school from September, I'm assuming. But lakini si tumeona kina Boni halali. Did you guys see the pictures of Boni with the people at his residence? It's
not even Boni halali. Atuoli is the one who has seemed to have broken that rule completely.
Those the one for Atuoli inepo. Leo asubuhi ni mbona zingine za Boni. I think Boni had some people at his residence.
Man, politicians wanatubebanga ujinga.
Na ni watu wengi. We're not talking about 7 people bila sawa nakonga na wageni watu wawili ati Harry kujeni kwangu.
Like a campaign.
No, these two political meetings, and then you wonder, like, unatubeba ujinga so that, like, you're not observing social distancing. Masks alone will not help you.
Is politics even that important at a time like now? Like, governance will always be important. But if those guys are not discussing police brutality or discussing, you know, the violence going on in homes during this period, wanapatana kuongea nini? I'm quite curious.
Exactly, because even if it's not them talking about police brutality, you noticed how the media did not ask Uhuru questions about that. Ni kama wanaogopa kufutwa. Which could very well be the case. Like, it could very well be the case that wanaogopa kufutwa. But at the same time, surely you can't find a way of speaking on that. Like when he was getting questions, that would have been the best time.
See, okay, I didn't want the interview, but Nilionati.
No. Sure, this was after the press conference, like after his speech. So he didn't address it at all. He had room. No, he didn't address it in his speech. He had room for questioning. Sasa, no journalist asked about police brutality. Na sasa, people online were asking, surely, ni kuogopa, like, are you guys scared of losing your jobs?
No, so ndio nasema, there's an interview, siku watch.
Yeah.
I don't think it was the president himself, but apparently it's been quoted that he didn't necessarily pardon the brutality, but he excused the brutality, saying most of these police are young and drunk with power.
Nah, that's the spokesman. That's the police spokesman.
That's the spokesman.
Yeah, the police spokesman earlier during the week.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he was on who was being interviewed. He was on being interviewed on TV. Alafu anasema ati excuse them because they are young. Fam,
how can
what
you
are you on
excuse
about?
and blood has been spilled? What the hell?
What are you on about?
That was such a reckless statement and careless, because to like brother, and you know, it really shows us where we are as Kenyans. Like, putting to Hajali, and there's so much he's gonna retain it. He's not gonna be held accountable.
He's not gonna be held accountable. These cops, I think majority of them will not be held accountable for any of the shit that they've done. We've seen, like, I think I've only seen maybe on Twitter guys are saying, or like 6 cops were arrested, but see, unajua court system ya huku, it's only arrest, or maybe you're suspended or something from your job, and then
suspended. Nasikianga mse upewa tu inaitwanga nini, transfer, and if they really don't like you, if they don't like you, if semeu kaweni karau upendwi, probably they would transfer you to a place watu Mandera or something.
Imagine.
But for the most part, unatolewa tu,
you won't lose your job.
Imagine.
Ama unapelekwa Magarissa, places hash hivi.
You know, it's the same thing. Yeah. It's the same thing they do actually with judges. Like if you're a crooked judge, I think they end up transferring you or something.
It's good. It's about time we start having these conversations, because.
But journalists need to speak up on police brutality. Amwezi kaa hapo mnauliza tu soft.
Yeah, about that, Dev. I think as journalists, you're in a position where you get to ask the president questions. Huwa mnakuwa vetted. You're told, you can ask the president this and this. You can't talk about this. Don't bring this up. Blah blah blah.
But do you know why that happens?
By the time he is in front of the journalists, work was safe.
Yeah, I wish that.
Unajua why that is?
Yeah.
Because a lot of this media is owned by the politicians, and that's why a lot of political agendas are always being pushed through the media. These politicians are in our eyes 24. Because come on, I don't. Nani ana own K24, for example.
K24 is Uhuru's family.
Unaona, the people that own Standard Media, and Standard Media is from newspapers to television.
My family.
Unaona, and the Citizens and all that shit, Hot 96 and all that shit. So these people own the media outlets that are out here, and they push their agendas so strongly and heavily through them. Unapata journalist, anaona tu, you can't blame it. Oh, you can and you can't. Lazima ajilishe, unajua.
Yeah, I get your point, but at the same time, I wish that wasn't the case. Your story,
we wish so, yeah. Figure out how we can change it. So that's why we thank the internet. But then, as on the internet as well, kabado tunachezanga chini kiasi. I don't think there's anyone who's gone hard at it. We were dependent on the investigative journalist, lakini akaingia politics.
Jicho Pevu. Who's this?
Oh, Mohammed Ali.
Jicho Pevu.
Mohammed Ali, yeah.
Si nika ameingia politics, amekuwa tu kama mmoja wao tena.
Yeah, he's now in the system properly, so.
Do you guys believe it?
But then I check
true. Like tuseme vile tuko hivi, mmoja wetu aingie politics. Do you really think like it will sway you? Like you'll be absolutely different and you'll be engulfed in the way of operation, and you'll just put all your vices to the side? Is it
really
that?
It depends. It depends on
you know why I'd say, yeah, it's like that, because once you get there, before you get there, unafikiria tu say they're just being corrupt and they're just morally poor people. But once umeingia in that circle, you realize these people will actually do anything to get their way. They will kill, they will murder, and they will do all this stuff. So ukifika hapo, you realize, oh, it's not a game. It's not a game. If I really try to speak on this, I might be a headline catcher.
So
I think
logic,
as far as politics, hiyo ndio kitu inafanyaga watu wa change once they get there. They realize, oh, it's no longer a game. Yeah, I'll just get on a podium and talk trash about these other guys. So
you have to
hush hush.
So using that logic, do we have any hope? Is there a hope for change? Is there a hope for a better Kenya?
You know, I tweeted about this, like I just, you know, kind of put out an optimistic kind of outlook on my generation, our generation. But then it seems like it could end up being another vicious cycle of, okay, these guys are wanatutendea, so when we get in there, tutatendea those who are behind us, which seems to happen because it seems with every new parliament, the young MPs sasa ndio unaanza kusikia hizi stories now MPs increasing their salaries the way they want. Like you start hearing the young MPs wanapotea into that system now. Like the way Harry said, unapotea too. Like once you enter there, I'm sure the things you wanted to do, like they'll get lost. Maybe up until we may build up enough political clout or enough political support for you to actually have some power behind you and do something. Or you could end up being president, and then upon your sasa, you'll be able to affect a few things. Yeah, but again, I think it starts with your character. Kama character yako unajua wewe ni mkora from jump. Okay, if you're given power.
Kama system inakuengulf hivyo.
Yeah, that's the thing. If the system engulfs you, like, bruh, it's sink or swim.
So how are we ever going to be able to prevail and bring that change that we want? Because clearly what we're saying is if me or you gets into that position, one way or the other, as genuine as we may try to be, tutapata tu vitu zinatusway, and then you're going to settle for something. You're going to settle for something at the end of the day.
Yeah, and take notice, because the ones who get in there with some form of good intentions, they don't last long. It's either unatolewa from the seat, like you voted out or something, or they get rid of you in, of course, the other ways. In the other ways that we know about. Kaweni, you know, a minister, you're fired. So I don't know, man. Well, that's an interesting.
It's hard. Your question is ngumu.
Yeah, it's hard.
Because like, I don't see where Kenyans can start to turn things around, yani. I don't know.
So it leads me to another question.
Social media.
No, carry on before I ask.
Nimeona like in the US. US is like the only place where people can be so vocal online, but ina affect their government, and people in the government have to address certain issues.
No, even here, Kenyans on Twitter
but I'm vocal. Just saying, but us vocal ain't the same impact as it has maybe in the US. Because in the US, unaona like the president is a tweeting guy, like president and a tweet.
Yeah.
Where here they have people doing that for them.
Yeah.
So there it's more impactful. Whereas sisi tukitweet as Kenyans, I feel like the farthest in Africa is to the young journalists, our age bracket. But the people really on top of the government, our own even the tweets the inafikia that 20-year-old, 30-year-old journalist there because online.
Now I don't know
But
if
to
this
the
is
people we're
funny.
really trying to speak to, I will get anything.
Now I don't know if this is funny. I don't know if it's laughable. I don't know if it's sad. But well, Kenya, we managed to bully our president of the social. So in terms of what you're speaking of,
Shoot, Ebu Maliza,
message kufika. In terms of kusema message ifike, sisi we managed to bully our president alisema hawezi. So now, other than that, the other people holding seats. One of the other people that I think tweets for themselves is probably Cyrus, who has come to show her true colors, especially on Twitter.
Yep.
That's another useless person that we probably had hopes in. Now I don't know who else for themselves. But Dave, what did you want to say?
Let me tell you something. Uhuru has a banner account. I am convinced now Uhuru has a Twitter banner account. Alisema, just after he finished his speech, he's been seeing the memes online. So that tells me either he has a snitch on Twitter ama he has a banner account.
It's a vitu lazima on it. There's no secret about it.
It's the world we are in. It's the world we are in. Lazima wanajua Twitter na Facebook and all that stuff.
But my money is that he has a banner account. That's what my money is on.
But do you know one of the most impressive tweets that I saw this week that I support, I endorse? I can't remember who tweeted it, but if you do tune in and this tweet belongs to you, kudos to you.
Yeah.
The person that said, can someone tell or can someone speak to the children of these politicians to get them to use their influence to speak on issues like police brutality? Because these politicians are people just like us, and they have children. Is it possible? And some of these children are our friends, regardless of all this privilege and all that shit that we usually believe in. We're friends to some of these, politicians' kids. Can we talk to our friends to tell their parents, like, yo, it's really tough out here, man. If you tune in and you have a politician father, uncle, if you are a politician yourself, please help us, speak on police brutality with the seriousness that it deserves, because Nilionaule Jama, man, Samuel Maina's face got fucked up, man. It's not pretty.
Yeah.
Pretty.
Yeah.
What did you say?
Samuel Maina, did you see Samuel Maina got fucked up in the face, bro? Like his nose was.
Yeah. Oh, the victim. Listen, I saw that guy. Yeah.
A permanent scar. He might heal. The bleeding, of course, will stop, but then it's a permanent scar. When we had the post-election, all that yada skip, kid was killed. Juicy, nimamka leo asubuhi, or is it jana? I wake up to the news that another kid has caught a bullet. The other day, a homeless guy, he caught a bullet for missing the curfew. But this man is homeless. It's just like, really? If you pull out a gun on a dude that was homeless
with no weapon on him,
what do you do to a real criminal? Like, kama mimi mwizi sitanifanyia.
Unajua what is easy cases for the president not to address them, it's like zinakuwa normalized in Kenya, which is very scary.
Yeah, they're being normalized.
Like we're not supposed to be a country where people are just dropping dead and then nobody's talking about it. Like the president is not saying something about it.
Yeah.
That's scary that people are just dying, like turning into a country like that. Where,
and you know what's even more scary? What I'm finding even more wicked, apart from countries like where the pandemic unfortunately hit them hard, I feel like is Rona causing more damage or the police causing more damage? If during this entire curfew,
I saw a cartoon I saw a cartoon by, I think it was Gado in one of the Juicy Daily Nations. And it was like a football stadium, and the cops and Corona were coming out of the tunnel back onto the field, and it was police brutality 3, Corona 2. So that should tell you
Facts.
that
Wow.
it's like the two are competing against each other.
Shout out to God, man.
This past week, Kenya and US, it's like Corona hasn't been there. Like it took an upheaval or something.
So I've been not necessarily mad. I've been triggered by the people that are mad about some of us who decided to speak on the Floyd. They're saying that you were talking about Floyd and yet back at home. But you know, what people don't understand is we deal with the situation as it comes. Sour.
Yeah.
As Black people, we feel affected by the Floyd case because some of us have relatives. And what people is, once you're out there, the cop doesn't ask you if you're African American. They see Black.
Yeah.
So that's why I felt the urge to speak on it, because we have brothers and aunties and uncles and sisters out there.
Yeah.
But now what we'll see is police brutality it's not a regional issue, it's a worldwide thing. Cops, so like what the police example or what people are suggesting in the States, for example, is defund the police unit. What are some of the things that we think could happen here? I don't know if funding precincts is a thing that we do here, because
I don't think that's a thing, because if you even look at those police stations, most of them are shitty.
So
yeah, the data.
Apart from us just speaking on it here, and apart from trying to say let's what's another way we can try, play our part in trying to end this police brutality? What I'd like to encourage anyone who's listening is, anytime you have a situation with the cops, something that's really helped, and one thing at our disposal is our smartphones. Record your shit. Now, Jaribu, if you can go live, so that by the time anakwambia to delete, broadcast, there's no going back. Because I've been in situations myself where I thought I was slick recording, but the cop, he insists to delete with threats. And I was like, fuck. Nisha delete, it's not broadcasted, I don't have it. True. Yeah. So to the people listening, if you're ever in a scenario, man, to me Osimu, just go record that shit. Try broadcasting live if you can.
Yeah, man. And on that note, once again, justice for Samuel Minor, rest in peace George Floyd, justice just in general for Black people, man. Like, there's a lot going on, and we're not going to take too much more time talking about it here, but you can always support, you can always even those petitions that are going around online, sign them. You never know what kind of impact that can have. Even if you are not in the States, like, you can still support whatever movement is going on there. And you can also join in whatever movement I'm sure will be started here soon enough, because people are tired. And it's going to come to a point where, what's the hashtag, man?
I believe the hashtag is end police brutality.
Yeah. So go tweet that.
Only for Kenya.
Yeah. End police brutality.
Go check it out. Go find out more. Some people are oblivious. Now, we can't blame you. Maybe you just haven't faced it and you don't understand. You probably think, what want to follow the rules? Yes, be safe. But if you feel like you don't understand, go check out that hashtag. See some of the stories. People stories for days, man.
Yeah, man. So on that note, let's move on to some more funny stuff. Just to lighten the mood. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is your daily reminder that Ezekiel Mutua's PhD was printed on used chicken-in serviettes.
Ezekiel Mutua's what?
this is your daily reminder that Ezekiel Mutua's PhD was printed on used Chicken Inn serviettes.
Wow.
What a bar.
So
tell me that's a joke. Tell me that's some kind of
it's
joke.
It's a joke.
Wait, hold up.
It was meant to be a joke.
Are we saying Ezekiel Mutua's PhD was printed on Chicken Inn serviettes?
Bruh, that guy's PhD it's fake. I think it's fake.
Okay.
And a lot of people are saying that it's fake.
Is that what people are saying?
Yeah, a lot of people are saying that his PhD is fake.
What is it a PhD in?
So, like, what brought this about? What has it?
I just came across this tweet, like, and it was someone who reposted it. Shout out to the original poster of the tweet, who is we know him. It's Royce.
Okay.
The
Royce,
Diagon.
Royce Diagon.
Yeah, the Diagon, man. So, like, I don't know how this came about, but I think in some corners, guys are saying, the PhD is fake, and also the fact that he has a problem with morality happening on TV and on our screens, but he shows no problem supporting Babu Wino.
This Babu Wino case, man, it really bothers me because it's crazy how, it just shows who we are as a people. There's people willing to look aside. Kama tu Dave MC, Dave, nisaidia mimi. I'm willing to overlook whether you're a murderer, a thief, a bana. I don't care about that. Dave Muni Jenga. Ananisaidianga. So you're a murderer, thief, misi kuona na yeye. So
like the
crazy. So
the audacity.
Someone like Ezekiel Mutua, who knows what goes on in the Twitter streets, he's really gonna overlook that we know Babu Wino shot a nigga in the neck on fucking camera.
I'm telling you, Kenya is an interesting place to live.
Mutua is like, hey.
Do you think it's political benefit? Do you think it's because he's really his nigga? Do you think it's because according to him,
Ezekiel Mutua has not shied away from the fact that he wants to run for political office in 2022. He has not shied away from that.
And which young people are going to vote for him? Constantly beefing with the youth.
Unajua kuna watu wanasupport huyu jamaa, so usiseme hivyo.
Hata support hiyo, Wakenya ni wale.
Usiseme hivyo Harry.
Hizo times Ezekiel anasamangizo vitu si tunaona ni ujinga, kuna watu wanaponga hapo hivyo like yes sir.
Yeah, applauding.
Yes.
Yeah.
So let's not act surprised.
Let's not act surprised.
As a people, we are very loving people, man.
I don't think those people are enough to give him clout when he's running for whatever.
Tutaona. Let's leave it at that.
If a war has followers.
Exactly.
Let's just leave it at that.
No. Let's just leave it at that, bro. Let's just leave it at that. Utaona too slowly by slowly. Mara resign from being CEO. Ama his term is over. Utaona poster yake ya billboard. Utaona tu.
With his Hitler's mustache shape.
No.
Ezekiel Mutua probably hates people with blue eyes.
Ezekiel Mutua hates
a full hairline,
but violence is where he's okay. He draws the line.
Yeah,
you can shoot people.
You cannot twerk. You cannot twerk. Shoot people on the neck, that's fine. But twerking, I know.
Twerking is sex.
A man can only take so much.
Can only tolerate so much. Anyway, then, did you guys know that Runda used to be a coffee estate?
Runda?
Runda, the place we all dream of.
Runda, yes. Did you know it used to be a coffee estate?
Never knew that. How long?
Coffee used to be grown there, what do you mean?
It was a coffee estate, I think, in the 60s and 70s, before, of course, the Gava decided to use it as, a residential area for UN diplomats, and that's how they were trying to convince UN guys to come to Nairobi. And Runda is an acronym. The word Runda is an acronym.
An acronym for what?
It's an acronym for Reserved United Nations Development Area.
Wow. Okay.
Kenya iko na wenyewe mse.
Kenya iko na wenyewe, my guy. Hey.
So it makes sense.
Yeah.
So basically, Runda was a few thoughts away from being another Milimani. Because you may notice anywhere colonialists were, every town inaitwanga tu Milimani. So they just thought a little bit more wakamwa waite Runda. Look how it's catered.
Ruiru. Ruirundani. That was the joke that was going around. That I eat Ruirundani.
I've been there once. I've been there once.
Mm.
Yeah.
So basically, Runda, it being a coffee estate, coffee was probably owned by colonialists back then, right?
Not colonialists. Like this is the 60s and 70s we're talking about. So like I think the Gava decided, okay, how do we get like the UN headquarters like or Gigiri? How do you get them to set up the headquarters here? So they were like, yeah, let's turn this coffee plantation, I guess, into housing. So I think that's what they did. And of course with help from the Gava. So the Gava was trying to, have that image of, oh yeah, you can have a headquarters here. Yeah, we're good. Yeah, that's a little history lesson for all y'all who didn't know.
Our forefathers kissed us mbaya maze.
Manze, yo, me kwanza me.
God damn it.
Do you know what saddens me about Kenya? Much as we got our independence and everything.
Yeah.
Man, Kenya to me must 6'9" to water. Like we were such collaborators, man. Hata tuna dignity. Mi sionangi dignity. Tunafaa kujifanya nayo. We're such fucking collaborators, man.
Like, Kenya is one of these few countries that didn't have like a rebellious leader, like a Idi Amin type guy, yani, who stood up to the whites. Like,
yeah, of course, I don't think we were gonna have that because the people who let's say were the radicals, they were assassinated in the 60s and early 70s. So those guys were gotten rid of. Radicals, walitolewa kitambo.
Yeah, but even after that, we didn't have like a strong anti-vocal leader, yani.
That wasn't going to happen. Who
kept Kenyans priority?
No, that was not going to happen.
Before
it wasn't going to happen. Unless Raila's unless Raila's paps was going to become the prime minister and then the president.
Oh yeah, I read that. Na hiyo kitu affect just how we're living today.
Imagine that decision.
Like loans, China,
that decision changed. That decision changed the timeline.
Even the leaders who came after wako na mentality to bow down to the Mzungus and the Chinese and the whatever.
Man, what's the name of this guy that was being celebrated? I don't know if it was early in the year or towards the end of last year. He was being celebrated for turning 100. And then you read into his story, and he doesn't even like fellow Kenyans, and doesn't like Charles Njonjo.
Yeah, Njonjo, yeah.
Yeah. Now niggas like those.
Well, yeah, because Njonjo's dad was a chief who was a collaborator, so.
Man, fuck them niggas,
bro. Hey, our history.
We have resources. We have good land. We have all. We have oil.
But it's all controlled. But it's all controlled by who? A few families.
And it's insane. It's like I've always wondered. Like, okay, I get it. You can be greedy, and we all have that greed. When a joke, someone go and grind, you want the best for yourself. But in the process of wanting the best for yourself, don't you ever think that I'll be safer if more people have it, because I don't see why there should be a Karen alone, and then Karen. Not everyone can live in Karen.
Yeah.
Unajua, hata tuseme Kenya mzima, we work hard and become successful. We can't all go buy homes in Karen. So
you can't, because the land. First of all, the land rates are crazy. But go on.
Yeah, I mean, other than that, I just keep on wondering, like, why don't people understand that the more the wealth spreads, at a kaweni source, you'll even be richer? Because if the economy is stronger, I guess I just basically never understood the concept behind being the only rich nigga amongst broke people.
It's
and then
capitalism.
You still want to flex.
It's capitalism, bro. This is a capitalist nation. Because if you're talking about distributing wealth amongst, distributing wealth equally among everyone, like that was something that was shot down in, I think if I'm correct on this was shot down as soon as like we got independence, because the constitution that was there before was kind of like what we have now, which was regions, like counties, sort of. So like when Jomo and them decided let's get rid of this constitution, put in another one, and have like an executive presidency and all that shit. Like the idea of equal distribution became socialist, and that's why whatever Nyerere was trying in Tanzania in the name of socialism, it didn't work. But maybe because his policies were bad. But your story of socialism, that was shot down in Kenya kabisa kitambo.
Kianza kuongea shida za Kenya hata unanistress.
All right. I am sorry for causing such stress. It is what it is.
It is what it is, man.
Countries that are being led by a kingdoms, Kenya goes somehow like that. If the wealth a huge percentage is just owned by 3-5 families.
Yeah, if you look at it that way, yeah.
It's like Kenya, basically, there's a way we write the rules, and then there's a way we function. It's like tunaandikanga rules, ikaitu hivyo, but then it's like kwa ground, truly.
Kwa ground, virtually different.
Truly.
Yeah,
because villages in Iran.
Yeah.
It's just it's so fucking gorilla, man.
But anyway, man, let's not get into that. That's going to be a separate podcast on its own. So I'm sure you guys already saw this, and this was like the meme to end all memes, and I even sent it in the group chat. Fam, how are you a fashion guru and you donate $50 to fam? Virgil, a whole Virgil. You donate a whole Virgil.
Right,
in his defense though,
try to defend this.
We get as people, we get super entitled with the Tunonangati is rich, so we start assuming this millionaire must give certain amounts.
Okay, sure. There's entitlement, but at the same time, bruh, yani, unapeana chwani alafu unasema that's inspiration. Inspiration for other people to donate. Unapeana chwani.
And then, so what can you listen?
And then he was guilted. No, skiza Harry. Just before you continue.
Okay.
And then he was roasted on Twitter before, and then guilted into donating 20 G's. After that.
So he ended up donating.
He ended up donating 20 G's.
This I was gonna ask, right?
That's 20.
$20,000.
Okay.
Let's say, and hypothetically speaking, I don't know what he's up to. I don't know his personal affairs. But what if he's giving $50 to, numerous causes?
No.
As opposed to giving 20 G's to one cause.
My G, that was 50. that was 20 to one cause, which was the Black Lives Matter. I think it was one of those it was to a specific one. It wasn't many different ones at 50. It was
specific.
It was specific.
I'm a BLM.
Hey, listen, man, Virgil, I'm probably not gonna listen to this. I've tried to defend you, my brother.
Nah, man, get that out.
There is no way out.
There's no
you gotta do better, Virgil.
You see the 20 G's in Yalitoa. If he gave that in the first place, he go in to his standards.
Yeah, that would have been okay.
Yeah, na bado ingekuwa kidogo from Virgil himself, unaona?
No, of
people
course,
wouldn't trip, but still,
no, yeah.
Wangesema, okay. People would be
on the flip side. Yeah. On the flip side, he got his face on money.
Yeah, and I think he wanted to trend. I think it was $5,000, and then he said, "Yo, if I delete these 2 zeros here, I'm trending."
It's like squeeze
yeah.
Squeeze utokonauliza mse like, yo, can I $50? It's like, yo, $50 or like 50 Virgil?
Yeah.
Fam, 10 Virgils, 50 Virgils, 100
He wanted
Virgils.
to trend. If there's anything to learn from this, Virgil on a sense of humor.
Yeah,
speaking of money, though. Speaking of money,
it's such a it can't come out like, yo, you guys, I was just kidding. It's such a serious topic, and the world is serious at the moment. So you can't say you were kidding. So you just be like, oh, my bad, Chukweni on top of. But
speaking
I
of
think
money,
he was being funny. Yeah.
I don't mean to digress so much, but since we're speaking of money, one of the what's it called? One of the most famous family members. Turns out she isn't a billionaire after all. Have you guys heard that story? What's her name? Kylie Jenner.
Yes, but we're not gonna get into that. She's a fraud, a whole fraud.
Millionaire or billionaire?
She was Forbes registered or called her a billionaire, right? She was declared a billionaire.
Yeah, late last
I think she was declared the youngest billionaire.
Yeah, the youngest billionaire.
Turns out she's a fraudster.
Yeah, the youngest billionaire at I think 23.
Yeah. So I don't know the details, but we were just talking about money, so I figured I should get up. So
a whole fraud. So get that out of here.
Maybe I want to cock in a Virgil, much as okay, I'm a redeemer 20K, but then like, what if these niggas don't really got
that? So are we saying they're broke?
I'm not saying they broke. I mean they not like you and me broke. But maybe they don't got that money like that.
Oh yeah, Virgil when he was giving that $50, he didn't expect niggas
maybe
to
Virgil was just going out on Virgil was just like, yo bro, I kinda need this 50 myself.
Nah fam.
Now that's your 20 G's. That's your 20 G's, your check, your bounce.
By the way, you never know. You never know, man. Yeah, now in a segue fresh into what you just said about Kylie Jenner. Hapa mi siwezi nika blame this chick alone.
Why not?
Especially with the 6ix9ine coming out with the stuff about Billboard. Yeah, it has me thinking, what if Forbes is just this and be like, yeah, you guys take this and publish that I made this.
Of course, I
always wondered.
I don't think the bodies that go and look into the money that Forbes publishes, like Forbes mesema Kanye made this. Now let's go and look into Kanye's accounts to make sure what Forbes said. I don't think it goes that far.
But you know the thing is,
what if Forbes is just like you can give them money to say you made this and so yeah.
But you know the thing with that is, Harry, like I was reading that story on Kylie Jenner, And it seems that the Jenners and the Trumps have one thing in common, and that is fabricating their net worths. So Trump was lying damn near 30 years. So what makes you think that Kris Jenner maybe just went to Forbes with like some fake shit and said, yeah, Kylie's a billionaire?
Before you get any further, Dave, not to interrupt you, to try and sway your point or anything.
Yeah,
I just like to get something off my chest.
Go on.
Fuck the Trumps, but carry on.
We appreciate you. We appreciate you for that.
I just needed to get that off my chest. I couldn't let you go on without me expressing that opinion.
Yeah, man. Solid opinion. So, if that guy was doing that for 30 years, Mina Shuku Kris Jenner, yes, and still going on. He has his tax returns, nikama they don't exist. And then now you have a situation where Kris Jenner and the Kardashians, I think all of them, they just fake everything. Like whatever they say they make, I'm sure it's not true. I'm sure it's less than that. Or it's either less than that.
Money attracts money.
Yeah.
Money attracts money.
So if money attracts money.
But even Forbes, Forbes,
so let me ask you guys something.
Yeah.
Right? And this has always been my issue whenever people try to call people faking. Harry amesema tu says money attracts money. Something we all presume, right?
Yeah.
That's why fronting is there, because people want to front so that they. So I'm just like, if money attracts money and what they're saying is fake, how do their fake stories still kind of attract money? Or how does it work out? How does it plan? How's the game played?
I'm curious.
Okay, this way, this is what I mean. So when she's published that she made $1 billion, the next time has come to her, some whatever company comes to her for promotion or for doing a venture, she can say, "Hey, see how much I make. I'll need this. I'll need at least this, because I'm a billionaire."
Yeah, I think that's the game they're running.
Yeah, that's the game. That's the same way rappers wanna hire staff for their videos. So when they're getting booked, they can be like, you see my videos, man.
So is it safe to say? Is it some of these companies that we believe are the big companies, they don't do their due diligence then? Because if it's as simple as just giving you the illusion of who I am, you to get into your pocket, and you're not going to do your due diligence. You're not going to do your due diligence to find out if it's true or not. Because look at how that kind of mentality has in Kenya. People look at numbers too much. Influencers are being told to influence products they cannot even sell. Sawa, mtu akona 50,000 followers. Lakini ukiambia mtu akuzie hata airtime peke yake, he cannot sell airtime. But influencers will want to go to that person, or brands will want to go to that person because of the numbers. So can we say these companies don't do their due diligence?
Yeah, even Forbes, even the point I was about to make is that Forbes, I don't think Forbes does due diligence. I guess they don't. I don't think they do.
I can go further and say
because if they did,
believe they're frauds, Pierre.
Because if they did, I think Trump, he wouldn't have been featured so much on Forbes for years and years and years and years. They would have found something to say.
I'm sure Forbes belongs to one of Trump's friends. Trump and his circles and his movements.
See, I think Forbes in itself is a family or something.
So Forbes, Forbes only lose. I think Forbes lost their credibility some time ago, though. So I don't think it's anything new.
Right. And if there's anything in social media may prove, it's there's a price. Everything has a price. Because remember, there was a time, because right now people are not looking at Forbes the same. or if it's on Forbes, then it's very genuine.
Yeah, no, the time Forbes was the outlet.
Yeah. Now, even now, it may affect Billboard to some degree. You're not, okay, so people can just pay to get there.
Yeah.
And also, like even with news, kulkona time you're not believing anything unless you see it on CNN or New York Times.
Yeah.
But nowadays, you don't even have a source of if it's here, I'll believe it. Now you just know anything can be paid for to be published anywhere. So now it's like it's a very gray area between what's real and what's fake.
Because nowadays everything almost seems like a conspiracy. Like Corona, for example, we're afraid of it, but we're wondering, is it real? Was it created? Did someone plant it? Like, what's the deal? So everything has become a conspiracy now.
Yeah, unajua how back then I'm saying eti kulikuwa na I have to see it on maybe Telegraph or New York Times. Nowadays, what you do is you have to see it on at least 7 websites to believe it. It's not like you have one place.
Yeah.
Nowadays, I have to read it on CNN, on this and this and this and this and this. And then I'll be like, kama wote wanasema this one thing, then it's true.
Me, a nigga that I trust has to say it for me to be like, maybe it's really real. As long as
yeah. You have those guys. If this guy may retweet, okay, then it's genuine.
Like you remember when Facebook was killing people?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Denzel is dead. So you needed to see that one person that you trust say it, and you'll go like, oh shit, Denzel's dead.
Exactly.
So that's how news has become.
All right, but we're gonna keep an eye on Forbes, man. Like Forbes, inaonekana it's yet inaonekana, but there's some things that are not adding up. Some things are not adding up. But moving on, let's go into music. The music releases that have happened. Of course, shout out to Steph Capella for Vicky Secrets. It's out everywhere. Go cop that. And on that note, I have an interview with Steph Capella that's going to come out this week as you're listening to this. Look out for that. And the big release of the week has been Sauti Sol Midnight Train. Their album came out and inaonekana iliguza watu roho. This has been the week for. This has been the last like 2 weeks for R&B albums. Na inaonekana imeguza watu roho sana.
Before I even get into the music on Midnight Train, I'd just like to commend Sauti Sol for, grabbing the people's attention and anticipation. Kudos up Wakenya Walingoje album, and they just really drop at midnight. So just for being able to do that, shout out to Sauti Sol, man. Yoni cousin, we've seen where you guys have come from.
Yeah.
Even the rollout for the album was good.
The rollout was great. Shout out to them.
Great.
Shout out to them.
None of the singles they released was a miss.
Yeah. That's the other thing.
Kila single ilikuwa na drop hivi hadi ilikuwa najiuliza sasa hii album Sauti Sol kila ngoma tu ni kali.
Kuna hiyo ngoma inaitwa Set Me Free. Born the way they did it, because it's such a dope song, and then it's like an interlude. I was like, oh fuck, man. Your song is dope, and then it's the street side even.
Yeah.
That's a dope song. And I think it's my favorite there, but it's like an interlude. I think
I don't have a favorite yet. I don't think I have a favorite yet.
Give it a couple of listens.
It's my favorite because it's different from what they've been doing. Like Susanna, whatever. Like that's kind of what I expected from them. But that song there is different. Yeah, Kongia Kusubangi, and
give it.
What I will say though.
Yeah.
Me, the album I like going to the So I was super happy the first time I looked through the track list, Nicola and Viri. but then I was disappointed later to learn that like acronym Viri Wali all get bundled onto one song that had Soul Generate. I mean, the artists, they have, of course, the right to say and all that, but I had thought I wanted to see that they featured in Viri as a solo artist as opposed to that having a whole of Soul Generation on one record. But
I have a theory on why it's like that.
Speaking of Soul Generation, since they had the whole thingy, Shorty, what's the name of this lady with the visual impairment?
I don't know her name.
Actually, with her?
The lady that has, I think she has a form of visual impairment.
Crystal, I think she's called Crystal Asige.
Asige, yeah, she was missing. Or
yeah, sure. Yeah, Zako, I think una forget one thing now. They're on what? Universal, Lama?
Yeah, they're on Universal.
Yeah, Universal.
Yeah, I think it's not entirely up to Soul to say this and this person atakwa on this album.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Universal is such a big it's such a big company. I think they're chunking out a lot of money for the artists, whoever is involved there, the people doing the background vocals. So I think there's a lot of label voices influencing who is on the album and on which songs and whatever, which songs are making it on the album and which ones are not.
Notice
because you guys
notice Zenia's vocals on the intro?
Yeah. She had even said it herself. Like, I think she tweeted as soon as the album came out that, she was on the intro.
Do you think?
Yeah, I saw the tweet and then that's when I knew. Now, basing on what Harry's speaking of, I think Sauti Sol have the kind of deal where they kind of have creative control power. Yeah, I think they have creative control because a lot of the is still fancy fingers.
Yeah,
it's not like they went to Universal and then now they started working with those.
No, I'm saying, like on Style Ngoma and content and all these creative about the beats and the type of music. I think they have 100% of that. Now, ikikuja collabos now. Outside of the name Sauti Sol being on the project, I think that's where kuna some kuvutana that might happen.
Yeah, because I suspect Xenia got on the album because I'm sure she knows the group itself, Sauti Sol, and because she's she's credited. I think
now that's what we're gonna get to. I wanted Dave to finish.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then in relation to all we're talking about, what I was gonna get to is now. Senior, for example, now Tumesama Sauti Sol have all the power and they have the label and all that stuff. Yes, she's credited in the long run, Kingilia, like into the deeper credits, but you'll notice she's not necessarily credited on the track list, like hajaandikwa tu hapo hivyo outrightly ati featuring Xenia.
Does her name appear on
the track list? No. Are you talking about the track list or
no, anywhere on the album cover?
No, on the cover, no, she doesn't. That's what I was saying.
Okay, exactly.
So no, what we're talking about.
You see? Yeah. Because if the album says feature, then Universal lazima kwe like, who is this?
Approve.
This is our project na hatuja mtu. Who is this going to be famous of us? Unaona? Yes, those are labels kubwa ziko hivyo.
Not to be the one to propagate rumors or try to start some shit or anything. But do you think they gave Xenia a bag? Regardless of not being credited. Because if you're not being credited, if you're not being credited, probably you're not necessarily on, or maybe it's in line for the what's it called, the royalties. How do you think?
Probably. Probably because
I don't
I
think
see.
Soul are the
No,
type
I
people.
don't think background kuna royalties, but there's
No.
obviously a bag.
There's a
There's
bug
obviously a bag
because
she got for when she went to lay her.
there's a bug because I believe if Rumba Japandi, the song that she's featured on, like you can see she's featured on, Yo Rumba Japandi, if that becomes a bigger record off their album, I think there's gonna have to be a bug because every time it's gonna be played or every time it's gonna be performed, like
Royalties lazima.
And if it gets to a point now where everything is back open, and Sauti Sol are having a concert, let's say in Nairobi, Xenia is gonna be one of those people who's gonna perform. Her, Bensoul.
Yeah, by the way, let me correct myself. I think there might be royalties.
They have to be royalties.
Because nakumbuka, even people like Neo, they were not being credited on these songs or albums, but unasikia nowadays that they still get paid off those albums.
Yeah.
So yeah, there may be something.
But shout out to Xenia, man, because she's really been working, man. It's inspirational how she's working. She's written. Nikki's getting back into the game, and her new record has been written by.
I can't wait for that.
Oof, man, the crush I had on Nikki,
like
man.
got R&B in Kenya.
Bro, let alone go.
What do you mean you had a crush? Kwani amechapa sahi?
Hajachapa, man. She's just
Shukid. Huh?
Nikki is the reason I watched the breakfast show. Yena Kobe Kihara kabla Kobe achome picha. Oh my God.
Nikki is so dope. Unajua when Kantai was Kantai, he was bad.
You've reminded me Kobe Kihara alichoma picha.
No, I loved Kobe, but hapo alichoma scope.
This is what I was trying to say about Nikki show. Unaona how Kantai was like rapping in English, and you're not even trying to think at Umsen in Kenya. Why is he rap?
Yeah.
Like Nikki did the same thing for R&B Kenya. Like she would sing in English, and her being from Kenya, not America, was even an afterthought.
What was that? There was this one song she did that was just, it was sexy, man. I can't. It was like Spanish-ish.
Hey, sure, relax, man. Dry spell to continue, like in it.
Nikki Manze.
Yeah, by the way, before the album Sauti Sol, do you guys think the India Ari is going to be a single with a video?
I would hope so.
I wish it would be. I'd wish so.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah. As a Kenyan act, a song with India Ari.
No, that one and Rumba Japani and Feel My Love, I expect music videos.
Yeah.
Me, okay. Let me go out on a limb. Let me beat that today. You know.
Okay.
I was proud of Sauti Sol. You know, I definitely listened to it. It was it's just still not my cup of tea, though. It's not like you're not gonna be bumping that album. You know, like. So I don't really have favorites. I don't really have songs that I'm repeating. I really listened to it as a patriot. Just happy for Sauti Sol, but
that's
I don't.
Sistoria.
That's the rap fan in you talking.
No, not necessarily the rap fan in me. Because
you're saying as per this album, like you have some Sauti Sol jams you bump, but this album what are you saying?
I really don't be like. You don't catch me bumping some Sauti Sol type shit.
Yeah, but you know, but sure, you know what's gonna happen. Even if you don't bump to it like ukiwa peke yako, if you have a shorty over, you're going to play it.
Yo, bro, y'all don't know the type of chicks I be fucking with, bro. My shorties be listening. My shorties listen to Griselda.
Oh my days. Okay.
But I'm just saying. But still, I'm not taking away from the album. It's still a very dope album. But if you ask songs I think should have videos and all that, I don't have those answers. I listen to it as a patriot, the person who appreciates Sauti Sol's journey, you know. But I don't have a song. Stay skiza vile na skiza album ya Nyash. Najua. Yeah.
The thing with me is like when you could just listening to music,
Mm.
I'm in the mood to hear bars. So I listen to bars mazee nakwambia. Hizo ma mixtapes na ma albums zenye ziko na bars zita flood 2 to 3 days consecutively. Mpaka ni exhaust to your mood. Mpaka ni like, now I want to mpaka nitosheke basi, okay, yeah, now I want to hear some soft. And then I listen to some soft shit. But I'm like, now it's back to some hard shit. And then that's how I listen to music, baby. So
okay.
That's how
so now me, when I listen to soft shit, to me, I find it hard to even categorize Sauti Sol's music. I don't know if it's R&B. What is their music, by the way? What did they make?
Afrofusion.
I think
that's how they call it.
Afrofusion?
I think that's the best way to describe it.
Because when I want to listen to some soft shit, I'll listen to a chick like Sabrina Claudio with a racist ass, you know? But
Who is that? Who is that?
Yeah, fuck that shit, bro. We not sugarcoating nothing. It's 2020, bro.
I know her because there's one song that I still really, really, really love from her. One song.
Yeah.
One song.
Despite her being a fucking racist, she has amazing music, and and that's what I'd go to when I'm trying to listen to some soft shit. Sauti Sol's album or Sauti Sol music doesn't necessarily take me back there. Although one of the records that
but they do have personally,
songs. There's this record, I forget the song. The one song that I think made Sauti Sol like made me feel like I'm a big Sauti Sol. Let me Sauti Ngoma, but it's the one that had like a timeline love story.
Okay. Oh yeah. I think it was called that song was
I forget the name. That one and Sureako.
That's the thing with Sauti Sol. They have these big, mega, undeniable hits. Yeah. Even if you're not necessarily checking for Sauti Sol, ukiwa kwa match ama when you're somewhere and they play, you'll be like, okay, this is a fucking great song, and I like it. Wakona those type of songs, a lot of them. That's why they're so.
They do.
Ingoma inaitwaje Insecure. Is it called Insecure?
Yeah.
That one is a very deep record. I love it.
Exactly. So and that's what I wanted to say about Sauti Sol. It's like they're so good. Mpaka even when they don't have a song like hiyo yenye unataka kusema, which is very mega. They're still good.
Yeah. I just remember that song she is talking about. It's called Still the One.
Still the one, exactly.
Yeah. That's
they may not have a song like that. Like Unona Insecure is not even on that level. You're Still the One, but it's still a good song. It's like hata wakiwa on Gear 2, it's still dope. They don't have to. That's how good they are.
Yeah.
So this is Sauti Sol's first label album, but it's the how manyth album in total? 4th. They had Soul Philosophia.
Probably fourth or fifth, because they have Philosophia. They have they even have Mwanzo, like at the beginning. There's Mwanzo, Philosophia, self-titled Sauti Sol by Sauti Sol. Then I think we go to
the Africa one that they featured.
Live and Die in Africa. And then there's African Sauce, and then now there's Midnight Train. So those are what, 6?
So this 5th. Kudos to Sauti Sol, man. That's that's commendable.
Yeah, and the consistency is crazy.
Yeah, this is the 6th.
Big.
Yeah, this is the 6th.
I was thinking to myself
every time, just big hits to every time.
Yeah.
I was thinking to myself the other day, could they be the longest lasting group in Kenya?
Yes,
definitely, probably. Definitely.
No, they are.
A lot of
they
groups.
They are.
After 3-4 years.
No, they are.
Stuck together.
They are. If
no scandals. Imagine no scandals.
No, if let's just be honest. If Cap Mula did not break up, I think it would have been them and Sauti Sol still as the groups in Kenya, like 2 of the main groups.
Yeah, to be the hater here and
Yeah,
not agree with that.
Go.
And here is why.
Uh-huh.
Sauti nani Kampmula. Kampmula were dope, and they are great for what they did for the industry.
I can feel the hate.
But their music.
Yeah, it wasn't fire, bro. Funky Town was a very weird
timeless
album.
like that. Their music wasn't timeless like that. No.
But they would have gotten.
It wasn't.
They are in
Who
that
knows?
space where
Who knows? They would have gotten better.
But we don't know that because, in my opinion, and I say this with all the respect, Kusma's gotten worse.
Okay, that I don't disagree. That I don't disagree.
Karun has gotten better undeniably. Like, she's become this amazing songstress.
Yeah.
Teo, for me, Benoit was always the most underrated rapper because I always felt his bars.
Of course.
But
what about Teo?
Man-Made Machine by Teo wasn't my favorite project. Shopperman did 2 tapes that both felt incomplete, but they were good records still.
Yeah, but the thing is, let me shoot some bail to Benoit and Teo. I think Teo, it got to a point where he just started experimenting with sounds. That's why Man-Made Machine sounded completely different from whatever else he would have done. Benoit,
which is allowed.
Benoit, I think, consistency. Like, he dropped 2 tapes and then.
But he's the only one with the most. We can say that, but Karun gave us 1 album, Sun Moon.
Yeah.
Tripper gave us 1 EP, which was like 6 records.
Yeah.
Kusma also gave us 1 EP, which was 5 or 6 records. But I really like Jays and Purple.
Really?
Who else? See, that was Kamula, the 4 of them.
Yeah.
Teo has been more consistent by virtue of him, doing the whole DJ thing.
True.
Shopperman has definitely done more collaborations.
Yeah.
And Karun definitely also more collaborations and her own projects.
Yeah.
So.
By the way, Karun last on a song with Nafsi Huru and Sijui Nani.
Yeah, they did a song Nafsi Huru.
That song is dope. Now
Karun,
that song is dope.
Love it.
I felt on the video and it should have been promoted.
Nafsi Huru is one of the hidden gems. I think they did do a visual. I don't know if there was an official video, but they had a visual. But Nafsi Huru is one of the hidden gems in the city. Nafsi Huru, Konaske, man, just know we respect you on this end.
Promote that song. Yeah,
you're definitely a hidden gem. I was so happy because those are the crossover collaborations we never really get to hear about. Whoever thought you'd see Karun and Nafsi Huru on the same record?
Yeah, I don't really on the timeline, and I was like, "What?" Yeah, that song should be promoted way better. It's a dope record there. Yeah.
Okay, then on
there was someone else on it. Skumbuki, the third party, but there was someone else on it.
Yeah, maybe I missed how.
Okay, then I guess that's a good place to end.
So you did an interview with who?
Just to finish off, like I said earlier, I did an interview with Steph Capella. It's gonna be on my YouTube channel, I think, during the course of the week, because this comes out on Monday. So
anything you can steal for us, anything you want, any information or anything you learned that you could steal for us, any gems.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna drop a snippet at the end of this podcast. I'd like you guys to listen to. It's gonna play right here. So I hope you guys are gonna listen to that. And
I will.
Yeah, it's deep. It's about.
Ulimuliza mbona kurap kwa album?
Where Alisama, he has a master plan. Huh? He's thinking of a master plan. That's what he's in.
So I'm in your debut, but you need debut album.
Yeah, this.
Say me by this just case stuff, Bado.
No, it's the debut, but I won't give away too much. But he said, more stuff is coming. Like, this is just step 1. You guys should listen to it, man.
Okay.
Ni dope, but so sure unasema sijui uko single, sijui nini, sijui how you feel personally.
How is it going to listen to it?
Filaje. Ndio nashangaa, but sijui. But it's good
single.
music.
I'm single, but I'm out here. Ladies, ladies, to all the ladies that's trying to, that we got 30 more days during this corona, and your boy Shukid just out here podcasting. Unajua ukitaka kuwa partner wangu podcast, holla at me.
Single and mingling.
Manze.
In a sense.
Kwa dateline, naji advertise to up.
But yeah, man.
Plug. Shameless plug.
Harry's trying to protect his long distance relationship.
Long distance.
Hatakangi kusema maneno yake, so tumemwacha.
Nah, my business is my business. My business is my business.
All I'm trying to tell you ladies is that you can always call me. That's all I'm saying.
All right. You had it here first. You heard it here first.
Music wise hakuna fano wa what's the name? Victoria Kimani. Yes, that's enough.
Man.
Which podcast is this guy talking
about?
But no, I won't lie. Victoria Kimani has done a good job of representing the country. We might not agree with her ways and stuff like that, but her music, I won't lie. So has she put out something new?
Yeah. Who's checking for that?
Jamina Uliza, she has something new. Unajua mimi nilikula block.
Yeah.
Me najua tu she's in a relationship with Michael. She's in a relationship with Michael Blackson. That's it.
Dave, umse kuhusu story next podcast.
She needs to come here. No, she needs to come here. You're blocked. You're blocked.
FB, Twitter, IG,
you're blocked.
WhatsApp.
No, because you're blocked. You can talk about this. So utakuja hapa useme.
Yes. Mimi nilikula block from VK.
And I know the story.
Remember I had a scenario.
No. Sure, you told me the story. You told me the story. Naijua. But people need to listen to this now that you're blocked.
Yeah. Hautajisikia kwa hii podcast.
Yo, man.
It's not like
people will start telling me.
Nah.
They'll start telling me I'm chasing clout. I'm trying to use her name. And I was like, first of all,
what name,
bitch,
man?
The fuck? I'm fucking Shukid.
Her name in Kenya is about as worth, like it's not even worth it.
It's unfortunate because she's one of our best exports. If we have to be real about it.
Best exports lakini sasa
she doesn't have a fan base.
Attitude na character ni trash. No fan base not wanapenda VK, but
apologies,
character, attitude,
music wise, yo, sure.
But apologies to
watu wanapenda we dem looks zake ama ngoma zake.
You know the score. You know the score. You know the score.
Exactly.
With apologies to Bamboo, I'm sorry. If you're listening to this,
I can never see her as sexy because I'll always see Kimia and Bamboo when I look at it. So, in terms of like, and I say this with all due respect, man. I knew Bamboo and Kimia first, so I'll always see Bamboo's sister, and then it's just like, damn.
Wow.
I can't have a poster of Abraham's sister on my wall.
Okay. On that note,
his name is Abraham, by the way.
On that note, thank you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for listening to episode 10 of the NaiSai podcast.
We're ending it like that. It feels too soon, man.
We're gonna end it.
And then shouldn't have titled your episode mwenyewe.
Shout out to everyone that's tuning in with us, man.
Yeah, man.
And much as we laughing, we're not laughing with the politicians. We're still serious about that police brutality.
Yep.
That is not a matter we're laughing about. We're very serious about it, man. We need to end police brutality. Any way we can help as a podcast or anything that we could do, please engage us and let us know. I've had a few people in my personal DMs, by the way. I'll share with you fellas. about what people think about this whole police brutality thing.
Yeah.
And yeah, all we can do right now is stay safe, sanitize, continue sanitizing. Let's say let's wish this corona away, Sasa, because Sasa
you people need to stay home. Whoever is not staying home, stay home. If you don't have anything important,
you what were 18, you fools that went to 18 and recorded it.
We stopped counting the numbers.
I'm so embarrassed.
Every episode we were like, what are the numbers now? What's the death toll?
It's ridiculous now. It's ridiculous. But on that note, thank you guys for listening to us. Tweet us, by the way, DM us on Instagram, talk to us, let us know what's going on, what you think about police brutality, whatever's going on. Make sure you holla at Shukid, make sure you holla at Harry, and also myself, Dave the MC, on our Instagram pages. Give us feedback, man. Just bonga na sisi, and we're open to listening, and we're open to sharing and discussing the serious issues, and also talking about the funny stuff that goes on in this crazy country that we live in, and even worldwide. So on that note, thank you for listening to us. We really appreciate it. Podcast imeenda long leo, but you know, we do this for the culture. We do this for the love of just being a creative, and that's what's important. You know, it's still F you to the popo all day, every day.
And the politicians too.
And the politicians as well, who don't know how to social distance.
Exactly.
So yeah, we're gonna end it there. Thank you for listening. We're gonna leave you guys with what Steph Capella was saying about Kenyan hip hop, and that's it, man. We appreciate you. Thank you for listening. Until next week, peace.
Peace.
I honestly couldn't tell you. Honestly couldn't tell you like where the game is going to go next.
Mm-hmm.
All I can tell you is there's going to be a surplus of music. There's going to be a surplus of music in terms of like, especially even now because of this times, like there's going to be a lot of music which will give people a lot of choice, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know what it means. I don't know what it means in the future for like for music itself necessarily in Kenya. But what I do know is there's going to be a lot of choice in the industry. You're seeing all kinds of different sounds right now, like pop up. You know, like it's not just hip hop, and even hip hop itself is now like subdivided. Like there's chill hip hop in Nai, there's like trap hip hop in Nai, there's prime trap, there's kuna I'm even hearing like more experimental vibes, jazzy even a little bit.
Yeah.
So, and that's just hip hop.